This is Dr. Kavita Singh, Associate Professor in Department of Civil Engineering in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So today we are going to learn a course about Engineering Geology. So this is a course, it's a basic course, it's a core course in the civil engineering where we study about different kinds of rocks, different kinds of minerals, the materials of the earth's surface, beneath the surface, above the surface, and how it is important for a civil engineer in a construction field. So this all we will come to know. So before we start this course, let us understand about the course syllabus. What is the description of the course? What type of syllabus, what type of topics we are going to learn in this course. So this course is very much important for the civil engineering point of view because the materials which we use it, that we take it from the earth surface. So the material, the soil, the rocks, or the different kinds of minerals, we use it in the construction purpose, in the industrial purpose. This all we are going to study in this course. So let us understand what is the type of this course and what is the type of the syllabus we have in this particular course. So engineering geology is the subject which helps you to understand about the physical geology, structural geology. So geology, geo means earth. Basically the geo means earth. So earth surface features, what are the structures over there, the formations, the different formations due to the different kinds of volcanic eruptions or earthquakes or plate movements, the plate tectonic movements. This all we will get to know in this syllabus, right? So this course covers the study of physical geology, structural geology, and petrology. So there are three different branches of geology here. So if you talk about the physical geology, so physical geology is the geology where we study about the different kinds of rocks, different kinds of features like minerals, different kinds of their stability for the foundations and how much durable it is, what type of minerals which are present in the rocks. So this all study we do in the physical geology. Coming to the structural geology, in the structural geology we study about the structure formation of the rocks. So in which layer the rocks are formed, how many layers the rocks are formed, and how the rocks are formed due to volcanic eruptions, the types of rocks we study here, like igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. So what is the structure of that particular rock? And due to this, all the formations, what are the different structures or forms like valleys and mountains and all we study in this structural geology. Now coming to the petrology. So petrology is a study, it's a branch of engineering geology where we study about the different types of rocks, their properties and the minerals which are present in the rock and different how far it is suitable for the construction works and what kind of minerals present in that particular rock. Types of the rocks. Types of the rock means we study about different types of the rock like metamorphic rock, sedimentary rock, igneous rocks, their formation and all we study in this petrology. Also, it is importance of geology from the civil engineering point of view. So as I told you before also, this geology is very much important from the civil engineering point of view because we are using all the earth materials for the construction works. All the earth materials for the construction work. Wherever the construction work is going on, we are just using this rocks, minerals or the materials whichever we receive it from the earth surface. That's why as a civil engineering point of view, it's a very important subject to understand about the basic things on the earth surface features. So it deals weathering of common rocks like granite and with reference to dams and reservoirs. So it will tell you about the different types of common rocks like granite is a rock. It's a igneous rocks which is formed from the volcanic eruption, right? And with reference to the dams, so these rocks are very much important. Why? Because the rocks are excavated for the construction of the dams or construction of the reservoirs. So how important it is in the construction field, that all we have to understand. This course also covers the study of minerals, properties, role of properties in their identification. And finally, this course addresses the study and selection of site. It addresses the study of course and selection of the sites for the dam, for the reservoirs, and improvement of competence of the site, and by grouting or water tightness and design considerations of constructing the tunnels and lining of the tunnels. This all we are going to study in this course. So this was the overview of the course, entire course of the engineering geology. Now, what are the objectives here to study this course? The main objective to study this engineering geology as for a civil engineer, how it is important. So, main objective of this course is the students will try to learn. So, main thing is the students will try to learn the process of formation of rocks. So, how the rocks are formed, in what way the rocks are formed, their classifications, their properties of minerals, and about how many types of minerals, how their forms, their color, their occurrence, their appearance, that all they will get to know in this course. So main objective is to know about the process of formation of rock, how the rocks are formed and what are their classifications and what are the basic properties of the minerals we study here. So different geological structures encountered in nature. There are different geological structures which we encounter in the nature that we'll get to know. The main objective is to study what are the geological structures are formed in the nature due to the plate tectonic movements, due to the volcanic eruptions, that all we come to know in this course. So importance of geophysical and geological studies of sites. It is very important course. The main objective to study of this course is also importance of studying about the geophysical and geological studies of sites. So geophysical study and the geological studies of the sites for tunnels, dams and reservoirs. As we are studying this course, you will understand the type of the site, the type of the soil present over there, and the tunnels, wherever we are going to excavate the tunnels, the type of the rock, how much hard it is, how much soft it is, what kind of excavation techniques are applied to study this, to excavate the tunnel. This all we are going to study in this course. So the main objectives are basically about the formation of the rock formation, their classification, and to know about the geological structures and the importance of geophysicals and geological studies like tunnels, dams and reservoir. Because these three things like tunnels, dams and reservoir, it plays a very important role in the geology point of view, because here we are going to excavate the rocks. We are going to dig the rock to construct a dam or to construct a reservoir, to construct a tunnel over here. So this is what we understand in this. Now the main outcome of this course will be how the student will be able to understand this course when he come to the end of this courses. They can relate the concepts of how minerals form. Okay, so the formation of the minerals, they can get to know how the minerals are formed, what are their uses for identifying the rock forming methods, and classify the rocks using basic geological systems for the selective construction material. So they can just classify, they are able to classify the basic rocks and their geological systems in that, so that they can just select the construction material. They can just select the type of the material which is useful in the construction purpose, and they can interpret the graphs. They can interpret the graphs, models, and which are used in the structural geology for demonstrating the stress, demonstrating the strain and the tectonics. So they can just interpret easily. Interpret means they can just read the graph and they can understand the type of the structure of the model and the structure of the geophysical feature, or they can just demonstrate the stress and the strains and the tectonics. They can just relate the geologic concepts, approaches of rock for engineering projects. So they can relate the engineering geologic concepts like to how if any engineering projects is given. Engineering projects means if any tunneling work is there, any dam construction is there, any reservoir construction is there. So they can understand the geological concept and they can just approach to the rock for the engineering projects. So what kind of treatment should be given to that particular rock can be decided by a civil engineer. So next thing is the outcome 5 will be like compare past tectonic settings. So what is tectonic activity? So tectonic activity is the activity which is like a plate movements activity. So as we know that Earth, it is floating on the external surface. So that Earth is floating the movements of the tectonic plates. Like on the crust, it is floating and it is continuously moving at the speed of 10 centimeter per year. Okay. So once the plates are collided with each other, the tectonic movements will occur. So tectonic settings of an area for the evaluation of the current structures. So based on the tectonic activities, the fault formation, the fold formations, the uniformities, and the type of the structure wherever this activity is taking place, that all formation will be formed on the ground. So once they compare the tectonic settings and the area for the evaluation for the any structure if they are going to construct in such areas, so the evaluation process becomes easy when they understand the geological structure over there. And they list out the design and construction. So they can just list out the design and construction of such areas wherever it is necessary. Now coming to the content of the course. So as we know that engineering geology is very important for the civil engineering point of view. So here we have like basic content here. First of all, as we are studying in this course about the rocks and minerals, so we have to understand how the rocks are formed, how the soil is formed, and how they are important in the construction of the dam, reservoir, or tunnels. So let us understand the first module. In the first module, you will see that introduction to the weathering of rocks. So here weathering of rocks is the most important feature here. So weathering of rocks can happen in any situation wherever these physical activities are taking place, like the agents like water, the agent like air. So agent like water and air will act on the rock for weathering process, or the climatic condition will act on a rock for a weathering process. So weathering, basically what is weathering here is, basically weathering means the removal of the or the breakage of the rock due to the climatic conditions, due to the climatic activities. The rock will break. So how the rock will break? Whenever the temperature will be cool, whenever the temperature will be hot. So in that condition, what happens? The breakage of rocks will take place here. So contraction and expansion of rock will slowly break the rocks. If any type of rock is present over there, so that can be broken into pieces and it will become as a soil. So this weathering process is very much important when you study about when you go for the construction works of the dams and reservoirs. So weathering is a process where the rocks breaks down into small fragments, okay, break down into small fragments, break down into small pieces, or like a soil will be formed, and with that formation the weathering of rock will just affect the type of the structure over there. So this we will study in the first module. So here we can see here importance of geology from civil engineering point of view. So as a brief case study, histories, their failures. So here we study about the different structure, as it is important from the civil engineering point of view. We study about the different histories, their failures in the civil engineering constructions, and due to the geological drawbacks, this all happens. So case histories, if we study here, so as we all know, there is a famous structure, we call it as Burj Khalifa. So Burj Khalifa is a structure which is a very huge structure, which is in Dubai and which is made up of a lot of geological materials, and which is very stable structure till now. So it was a very challenging structure, and it has almost more than 144 floors in that. which is a skyscraper, and it is built on such a site situation where you see the ground conditions are not good, the soil condition is not good. Type of the soil, we have a kind of sandy soil. So in that such conditions, there was a huge challenge to a civil engineer. So that challenge also a civil engineer has accepted, because they have studied about the engineering geology. They have studied about the geology of the rocks, the behavior of the rocks, the type of the rock, and what treatment should be given to that kind of rock. Based on that, the construction of the site, construction of the building is decided. So this all we have to understand. We have to see the histories and the failures in the future. In the past, there are a lot of failures we have seen due to this weathering process, because the type of the rock where we are going to build this kind of structure, that will affect due to the weathering, that structure will be affected in future. That may occur as a failure on that particular structure. So this is what we study in the module 1, the types of the case studies, like histories of failures or different kinds of structure over there due to the geological drawbacks. Now next thing what we study is the importance of physical geology, petrology, and the structural geology. So we study about the importance of physical geology. As I told you, physical geology is a geology where we study about the earth surface features, above the earth, beneath the earth. We study about the different kinds of materials which we find on the earth surface. Now if you talk about petrology, it's a study of rocks. Okay, it's a study of rocks where we just study about the type of the different rocks. Okay, formation of the rocks, like we have 3 types of rock formation, like we have igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks. So we study about this all kinds of rock, their classifications, their formation, and structural geology we study. So weathering of rock, it affects over the properties of rocks. So importance of weathering with reference to dams, reservoir, and tunnels. So in the first module, you will be understanding about this all types of weathering process and types of rocks, and with reference to the dams, reservoirs, and the tunnels. Next thing is second module. If you just see here, we will study about the mineralogy. So what is mineralogy? Mineralogy is about the study of minerals. Okay, so what type of minerals we are going to study, because mineral is a unique property which is formed in a physical appearance. It is unique occurrence, naturally occurs in the earth surface, okay? On the earth crust we say, and these minerals are present in the rocks. So we have to study the rock. In rock, which kind of minerals are present. There are many kinds of minerals which can be present in the rock. So one rock can have 2 to 3 minerals, but mineral is a unique property. If it is a one mineral will only be there. There is no other mineral will be present in that. So it's a unique composition on the earth surface. Okay, so here we study about mineralogy. So definition of minerals, their importance, to study of minerals, different methods to study the minerals, and advantages of study of minerals by physical properties, their role of study, physical properties, minerals in the identification of minerals. We study about the role of the physical properties, and what is the identification, the properties of the mineral, what is the advantage. We study about the minerals here. Now, study of physical properties of following common forming minerals like feldspar. These are all types of mineral we study about. So we will study about the physical properties of the following common rocks. So physical property of the following minerals, what we study here is, so mineral is having different kinds of properties, like it shows the physical properties as hardness. We study about their hardness and streak of a mineral, that means the color of the mineral, and we study about the cleavage or fractures of the mineral, and what is the density of the mineral. So these all we study in the physical properties of the minerals. So these are all minerals like feldspar, quartz, flint, jasper, and olivine, augite, hornblende, okay, muscovite, biotite, asbestos. So these are different kinds of mineral which has a different physical properties. It has a different cleavage, it has a different fracture chloride, kyanite, okay, garnet, talc, calcite. So these are the different kinds of minerals which will be found in the rocks, or they are uniquely found differently, or uniquely they are formed on the earth surface. But sometimes if you just try to find a rock, if you take a rock, you may find 2 or 3 types of minerals are present in that. Study of common economics minerals such as pyrite, hematite, magnetite, chloride, galena, pyrolusite, graphite, so bauxite. So these are all kinds of economic minerals. Economic mineral means as in economic point of view, like they are very costly, or in the industrial purpose we are going to use this kind of mineral, and this mineral are economic minerals which will give us to make our economy more stronger. So these minerals are very much helpful in the industry, like hematite and all, like iron ore is produced, and iron is a mineral which is used in all the industries. Like that, we have this bauxite which will make this aluminium, where we use this aluminium are used in all the vehicles and all. So these minerals are economically very much important to study, and there are very much economically they are helpful in the industries or day-to-day life. Okay, so next thing we study here is in the module 3, we study about the petrology. So what is petrology? So petrology is we study about the definition of the rock, geological classifications, and the classifications of rocks into igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. So we classify the rock into 3 classes, like we study about igneous rocks, we study about sedimentary rock, we study about metamorphic rock. So if you study about the igneous rocks, so igneous rocks are the rocks which are formed from the volcanic eruption. So whenever this volcanic eruption occurs, the lava, the molten material which comes out from the volcanoes, when it cools down, that becomes as a igneous rocks. Okay, and sedimentary rocks are the rocks which are formed by the sediments. So the sediments which are just transported and deposited, they are transported and deposited to a place. So from a slope area it is transported and it is deposited to the plain area. So that kind of rock we call it as sedimentary rock. So this kind of rocks are not too much strong, whereas when you talk about the igneous rocks, so igneous rocks are the rocks which are strong, hard enough to break. And when you talk about the metamorphic rock is a rock. This is the rock which is formed due to the continuous conditions of heat and pressure. So when they will change its properties, and metamorphic rock is formed here. Next, what we study here is megascopic study of granite. So what is megascopic study? We just try to study about the different kinds of formation of the mineral, what are the properties, physical properties, their streak property, their cleavage or fracture properties. So this all we study in the megascopic study of the rocks. So here we study of the rocks. Granite is a rock. So granite is a rock which is formed by the igneous rocks. Okay, so it's a kind of a igneous rock. Like that, we have dolerite, basalt, pegmatite, laterite, okay, conglomerate, sandstone, we have shale, limestone, genesis, schist, we have quartzite, marble, and slate. So these are the few of the rocks we are going to study about its megascopic properties and how and their applications in the day-to-day life or applications in the industrial field. And we study about rock excavation, stone aggregates. So what is rock? How do we excavate the rock? And which type of rock can be excavated easily? And how the process goes on. And stone aggregates means we just find out about the stones and different aggregates of the stones which are used in the construction work. So there are different kinds of stones, we use it for the construction work. So this all we are going to study in this petrology. Next we have structural geology. In structural geology, basically what we study here is about the Indian stratigraphy. What is Indian stratigraphy? About the paleontology. Paleontology means the previous era, the different era, the 4 billion years ago, million years ago, what was the era, what was the condition, what was the age over that time. We study about this in the structural geology. And geological time scale will tell us about the eras, different types of years ago, what was the era, what was the time where type of the species were present. So this all will tell us about that. Outcrop, crop, strike and dip study we do for the common geological structures. Associating with rocks such as fold, faults, unconformities and joint types we study here. And next what we study here is groundwater. What is groundwater? About the groundwater table we study, common types of groundwater movement and groundwater exploration we study here. And earthquakes, their causes, their effects, shield hazards, water in landslides, their causes, their effects, and measures to be taken to prevent their occurrence. So about the earthquakes, what is earthquake, how they occur, what are the effects of the earthquake, and types of the landslide we study here, and how they are affected to the nature, to the ecosystem, how to prevent them, how to prevent their occurrence, what are the mitigation measures. This all we study in this course. So importance of study of groundwater, earthquakes and landslides. So we study about the what is the importance of occurrence of the groundwater, how it is important, groundwater importance and earthquake importance, and the landslide importance, how it is important for the formation of the landforms, or how it is important for the movement of the groundwater flow, and how the earthquake will form different kinds of formations on the earth surface features. So these all we study in this module 4, which is called as structural geology. Next we have module 5, where we study about the geology of dams and reservoirs. So dams and reservoirs, the types of dams, their bearing geology, site in their selection and geological consideration in the selection of dam sites, and the factors which contributes, the factors to contribute the success of reservoir, how they contribute in the success of the reservoir, the geological factors influencing water tightness and the life reservoirs, geohazards and ground subsidence. So this all we study in the geology of dams and reservoirs, which will tell us that which are the factors which will be helpful in the success of reservoir, and what are the geological factors influencing the water tightness, the life of the reservoir, because there are many factors, like weathering is one of the factors which is either success, either failure. Okay, so type of the material which we use in the construction work, that also depends either success, either failure. So geohazards and the ground subsidence is also, like geohazard means related to the geology. The geohazards like volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, landslides, this all comes under geohazards. So we study about the factors which contributes to geohazards and the ground subsidence. Ground subsidence is nothing but it is about the landslides and the debris which falls on the ground or in the water. That all we study in this course in the module 5. And even we study about the how the dams, types of the dams which bears the type of the site, because all the sites are not similar, so different kinds of sites will bear. The capacity of bearing of or holding capacity of the water will also depend on the site selection, and it also depends on the type of the soil and the type of the rock which is beneath the reservoir. So this we study in the module 5. This is about this course, of the engineering geology. So to understand more information about it, these are few of the references where you can just go through. Like we have Keshwalu and Chenna, the textbook of engineering geology, Macmillan India, which is published in 2009, right? And we have this Venkat Reddy Engineering Geology, Vikas Publications, New Delhi, second edition in 2011. Vasudev Kaniti, Engineering Geology, University Press, first edition in 2013. So these are all references you can just go through to find out more content about it, like F.G. Bell, Fundamentals of Engineering Geology, or Gokhale, Principles of Engineering Geology from the BS Publications. So these are the few of the references you can just go through to find out the more content. So that's all for today. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.